Matter and Energy in Ecosystems Unit, Lesson 2.2, How Carbon Dioxide Enters the Air. Activity 2, Observing Cellular Respiration. Let's discuss your responses to the warm-up. What do you think this diagram shows about cellular respiration? We've been investigating how carbon dioxide gets into the air, so we can figure out why there was less and less of it in the biodome. The experiment in the video showed evidence that producers and consumers give off carbon dioxide. The article you read for homework, A Feast for Decomposers, indicated that decomposers give off carbon dioxide too. Vocabulary: decomposer, an organism that gets energy storage molecules, such as glucose, by breaking down dead matter. What are some examples of decomposers from the articles you read? We might say worms, termites, mushrooms, fungi of various types, soil bacteria, mold, aquatic bacteria, or small insects. Now that we know which organisms give off carbon dioxide, we'll find out how it happens. How do organisms give off carbon dioxide? We know that producers, consumers, and decomposers all give off carbon dioxide, which ends up in the abiotic matter of an ecosystem, usually in the air. Today, you'll use the sim to investigate your question. You'll compare the diagram from the warm-up with the ones you see when you press View Cell for each organism in the sim. You did something similar in Chapter 1 when you compared a diagram of photosynthesis to cells in the sim. Students, complete the activity. What did you observe in the sim about how different organism cells give off carbon dioxide? How are the cells shown in the sim and in the diagram from the warm-up similar? How are they different? Remember, scientists update their ideas whenever they get new evidence. Revise your answer to the warm-up question. What do you think cellular respiration means? During cellular respiration, atoms rearrange but don't appear or disappear. All the same atoms are still there after the reaction, just rearranged into new molecules. Let's take a look at carbon atoms as an example. Carbon atoms are represented by black spheres in the diagram. How many carbon atoms are there before the reaction? Shown on the left side of the diagram. 6. How many carbon atoms are there after the reaction? Shown on the right side of the diagram. 6. The same 6 carbon atoms are still there. They have just rearranged. You can count the oxygen or hydrogen atoms before and after the reaction as well. They are represented by red and white spheres. Vocabulary: cellular respiration. The chemical reaction between oxygen and glucose that releases energy into cells. We know photosynthesis requires sunlight. Next, you'll use the sim to investigate whether cellular respiration also requires sunlight. You'll observe which parts of an ecosystem perform cellular respiration. Then, you'll turn off the sunlight to see how it affects cellular respiration in the ecosystem. Observe the sim to investigate whether cellular respiration requires sunlight. Then, discuss and answer the questions. What did you learn from observing the sim? You can tell which organisms are doing cellular respiration by observing which organisms give off carbon dioxide to abiotic matter. Sunlight does not affect which parts of the ecosystem give off carbon dioxide, so sunlight must not be required for cellular respiration. Photosynthesis and cellular respiration are similar and different in very important ways. Both processes take place inside cells, but photosynthesis only happens in producers, while cellular respiration happens in all organisms. In a way, these processes are opposites. Through photosynthesis, producers make energy storage molecules. Through cellular respiration, all organisms use these molecules to release energy. Photosynthesis requires energy from the sun to happen, but in cellular respiration, energy is released. End of activity.